For the overall spring, fellas, just how do you think the offense progressed, and what do you think is the biggest thing you need to do before the fall?
One thing on offense for the wide receivers specifically, I think we just worked on tempo. We got our tempo down. At the beginning of the spring, it was a lot of mistakes and, missed assignments. But towards the end, we picked up with the tempo well. Guys are catching the ball well. Quarterbacks are doing well with the reads. And, I think we just got to continue to get better individually and come together, and everybody does their assignment, we'll be good as a team.
Ask the question again.
What do you think the offense did well over this entire spring session, and where do you think you got to improve before fall?
As a receiver core, we got to improve on catching the ball off our body. Running better routes and mostly getting like DB's hands off while we're running the routes. Coming to spring, day one, you can tell we were still out there learning, and then like a couple weeks on later, we got better.
Javon, Coach Muschamp uses the term command a lot when he's talking about Brandon McElwain. How does a quarterback instill that? Does he have it coming in, or did it take him a while to build that with you guys?
You could definitely tell. That's a great word to use for him because one thing I noticed from him is coming from baseball practice to football practice, he's very focused in what he's doing, where he's at. So when he gets on the football field, he knows what he expects from guys. And he makes sure he does his part as a quarterback to make his reads, and he's quick with his decision-making. So we have trust in him knowing that, okay, all I have to do is do my assignment, get my route right, and he'll get the ball to us. And as far as command, that he just is a great leader as an overall quarterback.
Javon, you mentioned a little bit about tempo. Does that make life a little easier for you guys as wide receivers because it's maybe simpler coverages you guys kind of have to work against?
You can say that. We definitely don't switch up formations if we're going really fast. So all we have to do is line back up in the same way. We don't have to really look at the signal too much. So that kind of helps us. And as far as defense, like you said, they can't really change that much. So we're really just reading our cornerback, maybe the safety over top, but nothing really too much where it's going to change. So tempo, yeah, we just really have to line back up and play ball. It's just like backyard.
Will has mentioned a lot of times about the depth at key positions, running back, wide receiver, and how they just don't have any guys. Do you think you guys will have to play it really conservatively in the fall to kind of try to space the game out and keep the defense on the field?
Depth-wise, we know we had a couple people go down at receiver, so we'll back when the fall comes, we'll have more receivers come. I think we got 4 receivers coming in, so that's gonna help us as well.
I think it's just next man up mentality. I know a lot of people transferred or either got injured, but they're working on getting back on the field, and we're working on just improving as a unit, improving as individuals. So I know for me, people going down in my position, I know I just had to step up. We're in the SEC for a reason, so we all need to be playing at the high level every day.
Javon, leading receiver today. How nice was it to go out there and have a good performance in front of the crowd?
It was nice. It's just a start, though. I'm trying to put it past me. I like the attention right now, but I definitely have big expectations for myself. And coming out of here today, it was just my first impression. Coach said we're big on first impression, so I try to make sure, my name would be looked at in a good note, and then just keep on improving and play well when it comes down the fall.
Javon, I think you touched on this briefly a moment ago, but obviously multiple wide receivers left the program after last season, transferring out. So do you see this now as sort of your opportunity? Is the door not open for you to make a significant contribution next season?
Yeah, I definitely think whatever opportunity I can get, if I get on the field, I'm going to try to, make a play. That's what Coach says. We need to make plays. That's one of our 3 rules. And, I definitely looked at it as an opportunity, and I wasn't going to let that pass up. But, everybody has opportunity. When Deebo's on the field, he has opportunity. So, from the first guy on the depth chart to the last, we all need to make the best of our opportunities.
One more follow-up about Brandon McElwain. How much did he improve from the very first practice you saw him until today?
I mean, you can see, I mean, first day, I mean, everybody out there learning. I mean, coach jacking up, like, going crazy on everybody. But as time progressed, I mean, you can see Brandon keep leading. I mean, coach is still on him, but encouraging him to do better. And we're helping him out, the receivers as well.
Yeah, he always had the ability to throw really well. That's one thing I noticed from him. And like you said, the command, he always had a command of the offense, but he got better with his decision-making. He learned to, later in the spring, maybe not to try to squeeze the ball in there all the time, just check it down, throw it out of bounds sometimes, or use his feet because he's good with both his arm and his legs.
Guys, how is Jamari taken to that slot position, and how much does a threat there open things up for other receivers elsewhere on the field?
I mean, Jamari came from DB to running back to receiver. I mean, you could tell he's an athlete with the ball in his hand. I mean, I don't think one guy out there could tackle him in open space. I mean, he's just like a real athlete, so he's going to help us out there as well.
Yeah, Jamari is overall a great athlete. That's why coach is moving around all the time, but he's taking it really well. He didn't, fuss and complain. He just got into the slot position and mastered it, and doing his best to master it and just find his way on the field and make plays.
Question for both of you, but sort of different circumstances. Javon, what did you learn during your redshirt year last year? And Deebo, what did you learn as you struggled last year to battle back, to come back from your injury? Because you sat out so many games, played well at the end of the year, but certainly missed a lot of games.
I mean, I've learned, I mean, even if you hurt, you got to push, I mean, stay on the top of the depth chart. My red shirt, yeah, I mean, I was learning from Vero, Nick, Demille Bird, Shaq, I mean, all them. So I was taking a lot from them and doing one-on-ones with them.
My red shirt year, I learned a lot. I learned to be patient. That's my biggest thing. Your time's going to come. I just, every day, like, it's hard to, go from high school to playing in college and, you're not playing. You're on the scout team all the time. But you learn that you're either going to get better or worse every day. So you just got to take the best of your situation and continue to play. And I had a great experience being behind, to seeing just Farrell work all the time and how he went about the game. And it really like opened my eyes to what it's going to take to be good. And he's just a great overall person and player. And it helped me out being in this situation and just taking it in. I got adjusted to the speed and everything, and it feels natural now.
The coaches cannot work with you with the ball on the field anymore. What is your plan now to get better during the offseason?
I mean, as Coach spoke on in the locker room, we're going to have to come out and, like, do 7-on-7s, work with the quarterbacks on our own, now that the coaches can't be out there.
Yeah, we definitely just going to keep working. Wide receiver, we have a group text. We all talk about, what our plans are and everything. So I know we're definitely going to keep working. I know everybody else wants to get better. And, we have a lot to prove this year, so that's what we're going to do, just keep on grinding.
We'll let these guys go.
Thank you, guys.
Nice, coach.